Good evening, KBCBs. How was your day? Go on, you can just think it at me. Ah, interesting. Am I supposed to be doing something right now? Oh, right, the identity thing. Sorry. Hey, intro, please. Hello, my name is Weisper Chen, and you're watching the third video in the Identity Disorder series. Of course, given that we're exploring identity together, I should do some exploring too, which mostly involves me just saying different things and trying to start the episode different. It's a work in progress, I just said that 4 times. I think life is a little bit cyclical by nature. Human beings tend to like to mix things up a little bit. Some people change every day. For other people, change is the worst possible thing that could happen to them. And the weather changes too. Hear that? Change is the only thing that keeps us alive. We inhale, we exhale, our heart pumps. Every second our blood is circulating, giving us more oxygen. Mentally speaking, I go crazy if I don't change every now and then. That's why I'm kind of wondering if this was a good idea, doing 7 videos in a row on the same thing. I mean, hey, identity, right? There's lots of stuff you can explore about identity, like childhood and religion and politics. I love religion and politics. Childhood's alright. Except that one guy. Which guy? There's no guy. Why did I say that? I just say things sometimes. In terms of change, I've just been getting the thinks a lot, and I'm kind of tired of it. Not that I mind the thinks, I just feel like it's getting kind of dry, so I'm just gonna mix it up. After all, I should be having fun while I do this, right? I'm gonna mix it up, mix it up. After all, I should be having fun while I do this. Mix, right? Back to the point. For some people, identity is a malleable thing, and it changes constantly. They'd rather not be constrained by one sense of self. For other people, they cling very tightly to their identity, and they would not want to lose this whatsoever. Of course, though, we're not made up of one identity. We're made up of a whole bunch of identities. For instance, there's angry me, sad me, melancholy me, happy me, excited me, scared me, aroused. Okay, so that's just a bunch of different personality types that tend to emerge based on how we're feeling emotionally during the day, etc., etc. But we're never exactly the same twice ever. Even to a minute degree, atoms inside of our bodies are changing, atoms inside of our brains, and thus we are different people every single moment. Of course, though, in terms of macro things, we tend to stay a little bit stable, so that keeps things kind of sane. But it is important to be aware of the difference in how we act based on how we feel. Now, this seems obvious because, you know, when you're angry, you act angry, and when you're happy, you act happy. It's like dressing up in an outfit. Depending on what you're wearing, you'll feel different. For instance, right now I'm kind of stuck in the 70s. Or 60s. Yeah, 70s. A bad actor pretends to feel a certain way. A good actor is actually feeling a certain way at the time. That's why they can convey the emotions that they're seeming to be having so well, but see, they actually are having them. Identity is really a constantly shifting thing, and even though we might think that we are one way, we are really this entire broad range of things just inside of an emotional spectrum, and that's just in terms of emotionality as well. In reality, our identity is just a composite of many different things that we've acquired throughout our lives. This can be our religion, our politics, whether or not we like cooked rabbit, whether or not we leave the toilet paper on the inside or the outside, or we squeeze or roll our toothpaste, or whether or not we like to make obscure references. Whether or not we even have a tendency of changing and thus wanting to change more, and thus gaining new perspectives and identities. Anyways, in the last video somebody brought up the fact that a lot of our identity is composed of what we've experienced in our past, mainly social experiences and mannerisms and behaviors and little kinesthetic tics that we've picked up from people in the past. And he asks, if that's removed, what's left? Which I think is a good question, and that's kind of the point. I'm asking you this question now. Also, I'd like to ask, how do you change day to day? Do you like to step into certain personas or feel a certain way? What's your method of change? Do you fear change? It's an open discussion. Say whatever you want. Comments and video responses. Go! Also, do you really want me to do 4 more about identity? I'm kind of getting bored. I mean, I totally will if you want. I'm just feeling kind of bored, that's all. I just really want change. Also, I'm sorry I've had to think so much and I've been so dry and everything I wanted to do. This episode is over! I think I shall be a Buddhist today. And today I think I'll be a Christian. Maybe today I'll be a Mormon. And today I'm gonna be a Wiccan. I was going to lick the camera here, but then I decided against it. Subtitle.